out with my dad today, visiting from Kansas. And I'm always tickled when he comes up for a visit because we're inevitably out doing what we did while I was growing up with my brother, and just out digging, out picking stuff, and
that's great.
Buying up as much stuff as we can. Wanted to have a little video and talk to you guys. We haven't had anything in a while, and it's been kind of crazy. Roger and I both have been super busy. We've been going to yard sales, getting as much footage as I can. I got lots of in the field footage that I'll be rolling on and get some more episodes going for you guys, so I hope you're enjoying all that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about the idea and the activity that a lot of you guys already do. It's not really an idea, but something that my dad and I coined virtual digging. Everybody knows about websites that sell antiques, sell stuff. There is a really, really big opportunity online that I want to make sure all you guys know out there, whether you're new to this is really important to listen up.
Huge.
Huge.
Key point coming here.
Yeah, if you're brand new to this, if you've done this for a long time, listen as well. Maybe you can pick up some tidbits. But most importantly, if it's off season, if you don't want to go to yard sales, if you'd rather just sit at home and from the comfort of your lazy boy, do some digging, do some picking, the resources are endless.
Exactly. If you have a bad hip like I do, and you only get X amount of days out there in the field, pounding your hip, pounding your back, whatever,
and
this is the key. This is great.
And the biggest thing that my dad's talking about, it is exhausting. You guys know that. When you're out there at yard sales, there's nothing easy about it. I mean, you've got to be on your feet, you're going fast, you're thinking constantly. The internet gives you so much more ability to really manage your time and do it at your own pace. So we want to talk about some methods that I've used, that my dad uses more than anybody in our family, that my brother uses quite a bit, that has really led to a lot of success. At the end of this part, we're going to go to some footage of about how many items roughly you bought in a 2-week span. 2 weeks, guys.
Actually, less than that. It was a 10-day span. I bought 10 items on the internet. Every item is killer. I even surprised myself.
Yeah, it's just absolutely nutty. And to start with, I want to focus on Etsy. Etsy.com. I know you guys have heard about it. It actually started more as a craft website for people to start making their own stuff to sell, their own goods to sell. Right. It's quickly evolved into a site that has more vintage stuff than you could even look at in a month's time. You can't stay on top of it. I mean, literally, if you guys go to Etsy.com and you go in your search field and you look under vintage and you type in anything, let's just look at vintage period. Today's arrivals, in this case, most recent.
Exactly, that's key. You want to get the fresh stuff.
You want to get the fresh stuff. You're going to see page after page of old stuff, vintage stuff, kitchen, housewares, toys, photos, magazines. I mean, you can here, guys. Write this down. Etsy, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to get about 5, 6, however many you want. It doesn't matter however much time you want to invest in it. Keywords. You're going to want to use these keywords because they mean everything. It's going to point you right to the items you're looking for. And if you're brand new at doing this, pick stuff you already know because you're going to know the values. But the guys like my dad and people that do this all the time online, they're finding an item, and if they don't already know it, well, they're fast. They're researching it. They're pulling up websites like WorthPoint. They're going to eBay. If it's recent, they're finding out what it's worth right then and there. If you don't already know, right?
But just a heads up, guys, if you have to mess around and research it, and if it's a really good item, it's going to be gone.
It's going to go quick. It's going to go quick.
It's the internet. You're aware, and I've literally missed killer items by a minute or less. I've got killer items by being a minute ahead. And I'm not going to tell you, but you'll figure it out. You don't have to be the smartest tack in the pack to figure it out.
Right, exactly. So Etsy, check that out. Next one that my dad's going to talk about, Ruby Lane.
Ruby Lane.
Talk about Ruby Lane. You've been doing that for years.
Yeah, I've been on Ruby Lane for years. In fact, I'm saying roughly 8 to 10 years. I don't really like auctions. It takes too long. And auctions, obviously, I'm speaking to eBay here, and auctions, you all know that a lot of people get involved and they set the final price. And I like to just get in there when the item is fresh, and if it's way under price,
you pop on
I'm on it.
You're
I'm on it.
fast.
I get it. I haven't sent
right now, guys, there's a special person that Dad really follows. We're not going to tell you the name because he's bought so much stuff from this particular shop. Sorry, can't give it out.
Can't give it out.
But literally right now, this time of night, items could be hitting by this shop. So we're checking it out. We're rolling
every 5 minutes. We check.
So keep in mind, rubylane.com. A little bit later, he is going to talk about one of his favorite shops, a guy that leaves lots of profit on the table.
Oh, yeah.
Not because he doesn't know, because he does know.
He knows.
But he's just
sharp.
He's sharp. He's trying to give back, and it's all about product in.
Yeah,
I know. I'm surprised he's doing that. But so we've got rubylane.com. We've got Etsy.com, and I know a lot of you veterans out there, they already know these sites, so bear with me.
There's other sites. I can't give them all to you.
Yeah,
Sorry.
there's lots of other sites.
Not going to happen.
eBay sometimes, but not as consistent anymore, but I want to touch on one of the most prominent ones. We all know about it, Craigslist. If you're not on Craigslist every day, it's a local type resource, but it doesn't have to just be local. My dad is watching Idaho Craigslist on a daily basis, but don't think that my phone's not exploding when he finds something
and he's
to
going to
buy.
go pick it up for me.
Exactly, I mean, we've done that with slot machines, you name it. So.
Pinball machines.
Okay, guys, on to the items that were virtually dug. So we're talking about these Chevy promos first, Dad. Tell us a little bit about these.
Oh, these are great because I believe it was early one morning, 7 or 8 o'clock, that the lady on the internet started listing these promos, and she put 3 on immediately, and I was able to knock all 3 down, and I was able to email her to see if she had any more, and lo and behold, she had 11 more. So I was able to do my first actual virtual sweep. In other words, I got them all for one price.
Cool.
And yeah, that was great.
Well, they're just amazing too. And what was the back history on it with that gal?
Well, it came from her dad's estate, and he was a Chevy district manager, and so he bought at least one of these models from every year from 1958 to 1969, and they're all in mint condition. A couple of them had just a little condition issues, nothing major at all, and I was able to polish them up and clean them and bring them to, I mean, they're beautiful.
So what'd you pay for all 14 of the models?
Well,
or the promos, Dad?
Okay, I actually paid $140 with shipping.
$140, and this was on Etsy, right?
Yeah, Etsy.
So
you are correct.
I mean, here's the deal, guys. You know, we just got on talking about this. If you're new to this kind of stuff is hitting Etsy, and it's no different than going to garage sales or estate sales. People oftentimes don't know what they have, and you know, popped on 14 promos just like that. I mean, for my dad, he collects antique toys, so his interests are going to be in keeping them and adding them to a collection, but it's money in the bank. I mean, that's all there is to it. So
absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You
100%.
Probably won't see these for sale anytime in the near future.
Yeah,
but,
so
I'm glad to have them, and like I say, they're all cleaned up, and they're all cherry pie mint now, and just beautiful.
And there they are, all 14 of them. I mean,
don't know if you
it's just
want to hit any
amazing.
highlights
What's
here,
the striped one there, Dad? That striped one?
The striped one is a Camaro,
Okay.
and it's actually I believe a...
So going back to this this one you have, Dad, we were talking about the Camaro. I mean, I don't know what it's worth, but check it out. 69 Camaro. Now, what were you saying, Dad?
Okay, it's actually a 69 Camaro convertible that was a replica of the Indy pace car used that year. And it's cherry pie mint condition, and it's easily 250 to 300.
Yeah, that'll work all day long.
You know,
On
beautiful car.
Etsy,
Glad to have
so
it.
let's check out some of the other stuff.
This item is a patent pending auto gyro. In fact, it's a complete dealer display, and from the early 1930s. I had to do a little bit of professional repair work on the box, but not much, and some cleaning, obviously, a little dirt involved, but that stuff I just love to get, and it'll go right into the collection.
Came right out of Ruby Lane, and Dad wants to talk about this guy's site. It's not often that you'll find my dad giving out trade secrets,
Absolutely.
but this is a pretty cool site.
Yeah, this site belongs to John S. Meyer of Gentleman's Antiques on Ruby Lane. He's a great guy. He's always out there digging. He has a really good eye for antiques, and he actually found these at an outdoor flea market the day before he put them on Ruby Lane. And didn't take me very long to find them. Didn't take me very long to buy them.
That's cool. Okay, let's keep on moving along.
Alrighty, and I must admit that that is one of my favorite honey holes. I'm not going to give you very many of my honey holes because it took me forever to develop them. But John puts stuff on all the time, and there's a lot of meat on the bone when he lists an item.
Yeah, and guys, understand too, these antique dealers, it's all about product in, product out. So, you know, if you're not selling a lot of stuff, if you're new to this, having an opportunity to go to a guy's site like this, or maybe you're picking up an item for 30 bucks that you could turn for 50 or 60, it's a great way to learn the online sales and do the picking and digging right from your house. So that's the only way to go.
Oh, yeah. Great
Hey
stuff.
guys, got some militia buttons. Where did you get these from? These are Civil War militia buttons, guys.
Once again, one of my honey holes on Ruby Lane. These are great, and I got all 7 as a group, probably less than about 70 bucks, about $10 a piece on them, and actually the value on these, it's interesting, easily $75 each, and they didn't come in a frame. I personally framed those, but I can tell you they've got over 100 years of patina on these. I left them alone. They're in perfect condition, and the backs say best played in London. Now these could easily have been used on a Confederate jacket, as that would explain why there are 7, because Union jackets had 9 buttons generally, and Confederates had 7. And the South, incidentally, used a lot of earlier militia items when they were gearing up for the war. I don't know for a fact, but I'm enough of a Civil War geek that these are killer, and I'm going to keep these. They're going right into my Civil War collection.
Nice, on Ruby Lane. Okay guys, last item picked up off Etsy. My dad popped on this item here. Definitely a pretty amazing historical piece. And I just want to talk real briefly. All this stuff is back home in where my dad's at in Kansas. I live up here in Idaho, so there's no way I could get all this stuff up here to film this. But this item here, bought off Etsy. Tell us what it is.
Okay, well, first I'll give you this is amazing, and $15 with shipping, and the lady wouldn't even insure it, but luckily I got it safe and sound. It's the real deal, no fake here at all, folks, and I believe it to be the very first, well, if not the first, one of the very first Republican campaign banners from 1856. Back in 56, the Republicans actually got this the birth of the Republican Party here. They actually got John C. Fremont, famous general and explorer, on the presidential ballot. Of course, he didn't win. That didn't happen. They didn't get their guy nominated and a president in until 1860 when Abraham Lincoln won. But they started forming these Remsen-Fremont clubs. And as it says, Remsen-Fremont Club, no more slave territory, union and free speak. It's got a little bit of it cut off. No problem. It's like this. Show me another one. I have no idea on the value.
Crazy rare piece. Crazy rare.
Crazy. It's probably...
It's just crazy. A couple other things. We're coming up on 1,000 subscribers. We appreciate everybody's support out there. There's so many YouTube channels that follow us and that I watch, my dad watches. I can't even begin to list them all. We've talked about them before. But most importantly, we want to do a little giveaway here. Well, here's what we have in mind. Here's what the plan is, okay?
What are you going to do?
Leave a comment. After a week, I'm going to draw out of all the comments randomly, and we're going to do, I'll do 25. Are you up for any?
Yeah.
I'll do 25?
25, you bet.
Okay, here's the deal.
Put me in.
We're going to do 50 bucks. PayPal, we're going to email it right to you. You got to use that PayPal to get on Etsy, to get on Ruby Lane. They're all dovetailed together, and buy something. Do some virtual digging. I'm not messing around. You will see noticeable difference in profit and just some amazing stuff. So we're blown away by it.
And honestly, folks, if you cannot turn that 50 bucks into a huge profit, there's something wrong.
You got to learn your stuff.
You can do it on the internet.
And we'll talk
do it out in the
more.
field.